What's up guys, welcome back to Fancy Goldfish Fanatics. Today we're going to be having a look at a goldfish farm in Singapore, so make sure you stay tuned to find out more. Hey Fanatics family, welcome back. As always, check out those links in the description. Make sure you've entered the giveaway we are doing for Christmas. That is on the Fancy Goldfish Fanatics Facebook group, where we are giving away £50 or $50 to spend at Star Fisheries or Jimmy Goldfish, depending if you're from the UK or USA. So click that link in the description and go check it out on the Facebook group if you haven't already entered. But on to today's video. SG Bearded Aquarist did a YouTube video on this amazing exotic goldfish farm from Singapore. I'm going to leave the link to that video down below so you can check out the creator who made it and check out the authentic video, but I'm going to be doing my own reacts and narration over the top. I haven't listened to this video at all, so it's going to be purely just what I think 100%, and I didn't want to sort of copy what's already out there because that would be completely pointless. So we're going to get the video of this amazing goldfish farm on the screen, and we're going to be having a look at some really nice fish and how the farm is set up and the different ponds and tanks, etc. So without further ado, let's get it on the screen and let's check it out. So in this video, we are going to be having a tour of this farm that you can see here, which is based in Singapore. And we're going to be focusing really on the red and white Ranchu that you can see the breeder is holding up here. Now, these fish, as you can see, are of a real good quality. The younger fish aren't showing that full head of wen just yet, and we need to consider that in the different lines of fish that we are purchasing. Now you can see here, these fish are gonna grow and get to a large size. These are definitely some sort of Thai strain, I would say, or they are rather than a Chinese strain where they have the longer buffalo style bodies, and as you can see, they're being grown up in these large concrete ponds, which is more of a traditional method for the Asian breeders. They have these large, really big water volumes, and they can grow these fish in nice shallow ponds, which provides lots of oxygen to saturate the water, CO2 to gas off the water, and it also lets the sun and the heat up those ponds, so they normally keep them around that 30-degree mark, really nice and warm, and the shallow water paired with the algae growth that you get all over the surfaces of the tubs provides great habitat for these fish to grow. Now obviously the breeder is showing us round the farm here, and we're not actually listening to the audio from the original video, but I'm just overlaying all of the overlay all of the audio and everything I think is suitable for the breeder. You can see on the left hand side we've got some of these tubs which are left empty, and a lot of the time in Ranchu keeping 100% water changes are done at breeders. Now they won't keep one pond fallow, they will move the fish over to that pond, clean the other pond out, and then move the fish all the way back over. We can see here we've got some lovely, absolutely huge Ranchu. Now these potentially are the oyagoi or parent fish, and these fish are around that 6-inch mark. They are producing lots and lots of eggs at that large size, which gives the breeder plenty of scope to produce nice young throughout the season and have a lot of fish to select for when they go through that tough selection process. Now oyagoi or parent fish aren't commonly what you would think they would look like. For example, you may have an absolutely lovely show quality Ranchu, a great wen, a great pattern, and a great swimming pattern or a great body size, but it may not be a suitable fish for a parent fish. Now parent fish, especially in the koi industry, with my knowledge, generally don't look like absolutely amazing fish, because what the breeders are looking for is not that pattern or what the fish looks like. They are looking for key different factors. They are looking for the skin quality, the luster, the swimming pattern, the fin shape, as well as the wen growth. Now you may have a completely solid red fish with quite a small or not very large structural body, but it may have an absolutely great wen growth, and it may provide young with absolutely brilliant wens. And when they pair this with another fish that's got an absolutely great body, they can produce this different line of Ranchu or this different line of Goldfish and produce these slightly different variants. And this is how we get the different variation from our Thai line, our Calico Chinese line, or the Thai red and white line, or the Buffalo Ranchu. You get all of these different lines with different lengths to the body, different curvatures, different shaped wens, and different sort of swimming patterns. A lot of the time, like these Ranchu here, they look to be quite strong fish. They have quite long bodies. They're grown in this natural environment. They have, as you can see on the screen, some nice floating plants which they can eat, which reduces nitrates as well and helps give them a bit of cover, so they have a good environment. The breeder is obviously selecting for nice long bodies, no humps or bad curvatures in the back, and a nice straight back overall. You can see the fish start off at a sort of a brown or a bronzy colour, and they will moult and transform into these orange or red and white fish as they get older. Now, I would say this breeder is probably not selecting for the huge wen growth that normally covers the eyes you would see on a Chinese fish, and they're going for more of that slender, elongated body with a nice, decent wen, and this is more of the Thai style of fish. You'll also notice that this breeder is just focused on the red and white or the orange and white Ranchu, and they are really focused on getting the best quality out of these fish. Oftentimes, some breeders focus on too many varieties and just produce a blanket of fish rather than the super high quality or the upper echelon fish, great for shows, and they often just produce for the mass market. Now, some of the fish that you can see in the video now are probably really young, and they look like they're feeding them maybe tubifex worms, which is a great natural protein for young fish. Young Ranchu and young fancy goldfish in general love tubifex worms. Bloodworms are great. Daphnia for slightly larger fry. Brine shrimp are great. Mysis. There's so many different shrimps and so many different invertebrates that are great for growing up fancy goldfish, which provide lots of fibre and protein and are also a natural diet for them. Although we know these fancy goldfish are bred to have the specific quality traits, they are still a slightly natural fish in close comparison to Carassus auratus, the common goldfish, and they do like to forage and eat those natural style foods. So hopefully in this video you can see the different methods that they are raising these fish in. Generally, the concrete ponds is the most economic and cheap way to raise the fish, and it provides them a great habitat with lots of surface area, lots of area for them to swim around and get lots of exercise and grow. So the ponds also have that overflow pipe in the middle of them, so when the breeder wants to top them up, or if heavy rain falls, then the water can overflow down the centre and out to the drainage system, which is really good for doing water changes. And these ponds are built for growing lots of fish, feeding lots of fish. They aren't built for looks. They aren't a hobbyist, so to say. They are wanting to mass produce these fish so they can survive and do it for their living. So these ponds need to be really well suited for maintenance, easy to clean and easy to look after. So we are wrapping up at the end of this video now. We've seen the oyagoi, the parent fish, and we've seen the fry, and we've also seen some young fish that are growing out at this breeders. And hopefully this gives you a little bit of an idea of what Ranchu breeders look like in Singapore and Asia in general, and the sort of setups that they have and how it differs from our hobbyist setups, what they're looking to select for and what they are looking to grow out from their fish. So I'm going to wrap up the video here, and I will catch you guys in a second. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you guys want to see some more videos like this, let me know in that comment section. If you guys want to have your tanks or even your ponds or any of your fancy goldfish featured on the channel, we've got a Rate My Tank series and a tank tour series. So if you want to be on either of those or want to have your fish shown, then I'm happy to do that. Just send me an email in the description below, fancygoldfishfanatics@gmail.com, and I'll let you know what you need to do to get your videos on the channel. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully you have already entered the competition we are doing on the Facebook group. And as always, remember to keep those water changes up, and happy fish keeping.